Hi, Table Talk. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope everyone is staying safe. And I hope everyone is wearing a mask and staying inside during these trying times. I'm glad that it looks like everything is trying to get better. It's trying to get better. So that means everyone is following the rules and regulations of staying safe distancing and being real careful with washing your hands and covering your face, being careful of going outside. So continue that and be safe, and still we can still love and care for each other. I do visit. I call my handshakes invisible handshakes because I can do it from a distance. So let's do invisible handshakes and invisible hugs to each other. So today's table talk will be a question from one of our members. And it's a good question yet again. You guys give me wonderful questions. I love them, and I love answering the questions, and I love when the members respond to the questions and give me their thoughts on the questions, and keep that going. I love that. Keep the responses and the comments going and the questions going, and I'll answer as much as I can, and I'll answer as many as I can. But the questions are good and healthy so we all can grow. Because when I answer the questions, you, the members, respond back to me on your thoughts and your views of how you feel about the response and how you feel about the questions. And that helps me. So we all are in this community together, and we're learning together, and we're growing together. And that's good for that's good for all of us. So I love it. Keep it coming. So today's question is, hello, a previous video, you said that you were in abusive relationships. Unfortunately, I am in a abusive relationship and I want to leave, but I haven't left yet. What are your thoughts? Okay. This is a very good question. So this is how I will respond to this question. I won't tell you what to do, but I will tell you my story. At 7 years old, I was taken by a stranger, and I was brutally assaulted by this stranger. And as my years went forward, it never failed. I will always pick a terrible relationship. And in those relationships, I would be assaulted. I would be beaten up. I would be just brutally, verbally abusive, physically abused. It would be just a bad relationship. And I've never in my entire life had a healthy relationship. I've always had an abusive relationship, and that would explain my teenage pregnancies at a young age. I had my first child at 14, and before I was 24, I had already 4 children, and all of those relationships were abusive, badly abusive relationships. So it wasn't until I got older that I had started to do a self-investigation of myself. And let me say this, being in an abusive relationship and remaining in that abusive relationship, it is definitely mental. It is definitely, because in my relationship, I felt that I could not leave for various reasons. I had so much fear that I could not leave this relationship. I had such a threatening hold on me of if I leave, he will hurt me. If I leave, he'll hurt the children. If I leave, he'll do something drastic and kill himself and then kill me and then kill do something that'll stop me. And I didn't want to do that. And then on the other hand, I had another thought. I actually loved my abuser to the point where I was, and this was mental for me, I was trying to make my abuser happy by doing everything a good relationship supposed to do. Oh, if you want me to clean the house, a good relationship, of course I'm supposed to clean the house. And if you want me to cook, oh, no problem. It's a good relationship. I'm supposed to clean the house. If you want me to do all those things a lovely girlfriend is supposed to do, I can do all of those things. But yet the reciprocity was not there for me to feel like I was being taken care of, or I was feeling safe in a relationship. Because keep in mind, a relationship is supposed to make you feel safe. You're supposed to be in a relationship that loves you. It's supposed to make you feel safe. It's supposed to make you feel secure and stable. And you're not supposed to sleep in fear. I slept in fear. So one day, as I got older, I did this all through my 20s, all through my 30s. One day I got older and I did a self-investigation of me. And it's almost like I did a job interview of myself. We can do, and you can try that. Sit down and do a job interview of yourself. If I hire you, what would I get? And I said to myself, I'm a good person. I'm marvelous. I'm fantastic at doing work. I'm just that girl that you want to marry. I deserve that. And I can give that to another partner. So when I start saying that and saying that to myself and looking at myself from the inside, keep in mind, this is mental. When you start looking at yourself from the inside, you say, I'm a good-hearted person. I have a lot to give, and I want to give it to someone who wants to give it back to me. Keep in mind, that's that reciprocity. Always have reciprocity in a relationship. It's never supposed to be one-sided. Anytime you get a one-sided relationship, beware. That's not a good relationship. So when I started saying to myself, you know what? I'm worth it. I have a lot to give. I really want to be in a relationship with reciprocity. I deserve it. So how do this look going forward for me? Then I start thinking about my future. Can I stay in this abusive relationship another 6 months to a year? Do I deserve this relationship to be this one-sided? And then in my mind, I'm thinking about, is this really love? Am I really in love? Or am I really just in lust? When I say lust, I mean, lust is like, I just don't want to lose the sexuality of the relationship. I want to keep that sexuality of the relationship because that's what drew me in the relationship. And members, we all know, we all look for that. We all look for that part of a relationship where it's good sexuality, but nothing else. Oh, he's not working, but he has good sexuality, he or she. But then when you're in the relationship over time, it becomes abusive. And in your thinking, you're saying, no, I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave for multiple reasons. I don't want to leave because I'm tied to it. I put 10 years into this relationship. I don't want to leave. I put investments. We bought a house. I don't want to leave. Or we have kids that are teenagers and they're going to college. I don't want to leave. But did you do an internal investigation and realize that you deserve happiness? That everything in life you deserve to be in a beautiful relationship that entails good sexuality, a good environment, a healthy conversation. See, we have to look at it as a holistic approach, not just one-sided, just one thing. Oh, he or she does one good thing for me, and that's enough. No, that's not enough. Take your relationships to another level. Take your relationships to a college level. I want a college level relationship. That means I want everything. I want everything out of my relationship. And vice versa. That individual deserves all of you. So if you're not ready to give all of you, be honest. Be honest and say, you know what? Let's keep this a friendship until we decide things are going to change for the better, where we can give more. So then my story, when I realized all of that was in me, I slowly started to plan my escape. And it was very, very subtle because I realized I had children. It was very, very methodical because I had to make sure my parents and my sister and my brother, they understood that I didn't have a place to go. I'm either going to be homeless with children, or either I'm going to have to live with my parents and my sister and my brother. And my parents, my sister, and my brother are amazing. They didn't hesitate. They took me in with open arms. So when I planned my escape, it's like every day I did something. Every day I folded up the clothes I need. I didn't take everything because I couldn't. Every day I put a little bit away in a suitcase. And one suitcase carried all the kids' clothes, gave them like two outfits for me, one pair of shoes, and that's all I had to live off of. And I would get better as time allowed me to get a job and I get better. But my ultimate goal was to escape that type of living so I can live the way I dream. I used to dream of owning my business. I used to dream of being an author. I used to dream of helping people do things. And my dreams would be suppressed by bad language, by you're not going to go any further than this because you're not that bright, or no, I don't deserve that. You don't deserve that. So when you get to the point, I'll say this to the member: do an internal investigation and decide that you are magnificent. You are wonderful. And if you're not getting reciprocity, you need to revisit how you see that relationship. And I want to say to all of us, we need to, if you feel that your relationship is one-sided, it's time for all of us, including me, to take our relationship to a college level where our rules, our regulations, the way you treat me is better than what you're accepting now. So thank you so much for the question, member. I appreciate the question. I didn't want to tell you what to do. I just wanted to share my story with you. I got, there's numbers, there's hotlines, there's 911 numbers, there's 311 hotlines, there's domestic violence hotlines, just in case you need it, and let you know you have friends in a community here. You have friends and communities on those hotlines. You have friends and communities everywhere. You are not alone. You are awesome. You are magnificent. And we all need to, say it with me, take our relationships to the college level. Okay, guys, until next time, stay healthy.